Just first of all, like, thank you so much for talking to us. It it really means a lot to us, and like Daryl is like such a fan favorite here, so fans are going to be crazy when they see like this interview. It's
cool.
so
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
would come to Brazil. I'd love to come there.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun.
Yes, it will, and we are going to bring you guys here. You see.
Good.
Okay, so let's start talking about like last season. Like last episode was like so amazing. There was like so many things going on, and like the last few minutes we had like the big secret that everyone's already infected, and like Michonne showed up, and then the biggest teaser of all, like the side of the prison, right? It was like so amazing. So how was like for you to shoot that finale and then see the reaction of the fans?
Wow. I remember shooting that last bit, and you know, we went into night, so we were shooting till, I mean, we'd go to work at like 5 p.m. and we'd come home at like 8 a.m. and it was just exhausting, and you could tell all the characters, you know, the character transformations between, like, you know, Rick being this good guy trying to make everything happen and having to kill his friend, and you know, he just flipped on everybody, and you know, it was like, this is the way, it's my way or the highway. So you could tell there was a change in the environment, but I assumed people would really like it, because while we were shooting it, I could feel the dynamic in the air. So yeah, I expected as much. You know.
Yeah, people love it, and were you excited?
Season 3 is amazing.
Oh yeah, we're hoping. We hope so. And were you excited to start shooting like this new storyline in the prison?
Yeah, I was really excited. You know, I mean, this season has so much new material. I mean, the prison, the governor, Michonne, Andrea, her separation, Stephen and Lauren's and Maggie's love affair thing going on, and Chandler's really killing it this season. He's awesome this season. Yeah, you'll love it. Yeah, it'll be great.
Oh, and do you think like maybe in the future there's going to be like love for Daryl, or what would you like to see? Would you like that?
You never know. I mean, I don't think Daryl's the suavest of people. I don't think I don't think he has game. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be interesting. You know, you had Shane, and he was good with the ladies. You have, you know, Steven, you know, Glenn's obviously good with the ladies. I don't think Daryl would be very good with the ladies. I think he'd just kind of be like, oh.
I don't know, maybe.
You know what I mean? So I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, if that goes down, you never know. I mean, it is the end of the world. You know, there's not a lot to do.
Yeah, let's hook up. There's nothing else to do.
Right? Let's go hook up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it'd be great, but I think it'd be interesting to watch him do it, because he'd just be, you know.
It would be fun.
Yeah, he wouldn't be like, "Hey, come here." I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and well, like you said, there was like this change in Rick, right? So, how do you think Daryl would react to that? Do you think he'll just like agree with Rick and just follow his lead, or he would try to be the leader instead? What do you think would happen?
I don't think Daryl wants to be the leader of the group. You know what I mean? I think he would do anything to keep these people alive, but I don't think he wants to be the leader. I don't think he ever wanted to be the leader. And then, you know, even from the very beginning, Daryl kind of did what Daryl wanted to do. You know, I'm gonna go look for Sophia, and then, you know, Rick would say, "Stop, wait, let's put a plan together." And he'd be like, "I'm better by myself. I don't need you." And he went anyway.
Yeah.
You know, he just took off by himself. So and then when Randall was caught in season 2, and he was tied up in that shed, we needed that information from him. So Daryl just walked up and beat the shit out of him until he told him. So, I mean, he always did what he wanted to do, but he didn't get of the group. So, does he want to be the leader? No, he doesn't. I think if Rick said, "Let's go do something," it was just ridiculous, Daryl would be like, "No, that's ridiculous." But Rick's sort of become the big brother to Daryl that Merle wasn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's this sort of bond between the two of them. So I think Daryl needs Rick as much as Rick needs Daryl, and Daryl anything to keep this group alive. So I think he's pretty comfortable. I hate that term number 2. You know what I mean? I can't say it because it's like then there's a 3 and a 4. Like it doesn't. It's just Daryl's got to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. Many times you said in interviews that you're trying to build Daryl like a very complex character, like with many layers and all those feelings. And we saw like him changing since the beginning of season 1 till now. So can we expect like Daryl keep changing in season 3 and maybe keep opening himself up? And
yeah, I mean, I think all the characters are changing quite a bit. The first season was kind of an introduction to the world, and then the second season, everyone was terrified and hiding. And then this season, people are kind of like, they're tougher, they're more badass, and they sort of treat the zombies like an infestation. You know what I mean? Like a plague. So I think all the characters are changing, and I think Daryl, as everyone's getting tougher, I think Daryl's becoming more softer. Yeah, and I mean he still does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's still a badass, but
I mean, I wouldn't fuck with Daryl, but he's kind of like opening up a little bit in these weird, soft ways. So, I think the fact that this group relies on him and he knows that this group needs him, I think it sort of means something to him that people rely on him. You know what I mean?
And but you think like all these changes with him was because maybe Merle was gone so soon? Yeah. Like he thinks Merle might be dead, so then he started open up to the rest of the group, or?
Well, I think like, I mean, if you imagine being Daryl and growing up with Merle as your big brother, it was probably like he always put you down and he always told you what to do. You kind of just followed him. Without that influence around, I think he can open up and he can sort of become. He's kind of like a little kid. You know what I mean? He kind of becomes like who he wants to be. Like there were storylines that said, I take drugs. I take my brother's drugs. And, and I'm like, leave me alone. And then there's storylines where that I had all these racist things to say, and I told the writers, I was like, I don't want to take drugs. I don't want to be that. I want my big brother was like that, and it was embarrassing to me. And so I don't want to be that. So luckily the writers are so cool, and they pick up on things I want to do, and they talk with us, and they let us create this character. So, I think he's sort of opening up in ways like a little kid would open up for the first time. Like, the first time he's starting to share information and feel like he's wanted. So I think because he doesn't have his big brother like, shut up.
Yeah.
He can sort of become who he wants to be.
Yeah, I know. And
started off
like a baby.
And then he turned into this.
I know what you mean. Okay. So we already know that Merle's coming back, right? So how do you think Daryl's gonna feel when he sees Merle again? Like, I mean, like, do you think Daryl's like had already accepted that Merle was dead, and it would be like such a surprise, or he considered that he could be still alive?
Well, I think when he first sees Merle, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, it's my brother," excited. The problem is that the people that are with me don't want Merle around.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be this weird sort of middle ground I'm like, no, he's got to be with us, and no, don't kill him, and no, don't kill her. And so I'm kind of like trapped in the middle a little bit. Yeah.
But you think like,
I'm trying not to give any storylines away, but
oh, you can give the storyline, so I don't mind.
no, I really like this job. I don't want to get fired.
And what else you can tell us about like the third season? That we can there's be like lots of talking again or action or anything you can say.
There's a lot of action, and I mean, right from the very first episode, you'll see is like it's like an hour and a half long movie. I mean, it's like it's a big action film right off the bat. So, and I mean, people complain sometimes that like the story on the farm, we talk too much and stuff, and you have to talk to tell stories. You know what I mean? It was like a cartoon, and then you could just watch, blah, 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 blah. But you have to talk a bit. I mean, there's a lot of talk, but there's a lot of action too. Like this season is like, I mean, it turned into fourth gear on this season. We had a little party here in Georgia, and we set up the first episode, and all the crew, all the special effects, all the actors. There was a huge group of us that watched it, and people were screaming at the TV set, and it was amazing. So I think people are going to be blown away by season 2.
Yeah.
I know we'll break every record. For
yes, of course you guys will. You're very famous about Boondock Saints, right? Everyone know you from there. Is there like anything going on for like a third movie, or we like have to wait another 10 years to get another one?
Well, the 10-year gap happened because we were in a lawsuit. I mean, first the film couldn't go to theaters because of the Columbine shooting. They had trench coats and shotguns, and nobody would touch our movie because it was too close to that. It was just bad timing. And then the 10-year gap was because there was a 10-year contract, and we couldn't do anything for 10 years. So people sat around a room and they watched the clock tick to noon. And then when it got to 12, everyone signed the contract. So that wasn't our fault. But there is a part 3 in the works right now.
So like Troy is working on that, like scripts and everything, and there's going to be a third movie.
That it looks like it, yeah.
Oh,
so I'll let him make any sort of announcements like that. But I know that Sean, Troy, and a few others, we have a big meeting about this soon. So in the next couple of days, actually.
Okay, and do you have like any other projects going on right now, like movies or photographs, anything?
Yeah, well, I'm working on a book of photography right now. I'm going to try to do 2 books. I'm going to try to do one book that's a very fancy book, and then I'm going to try to do another book that's more affordable. That has, I'm working on a book thing right now. I just have so many photos, and I've been doing art shows for a while, so a lot of people always ask me, like, you should do a book, you should do a book. So I'm going to do a book. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
I have another film called Sunlight Junior.
Yeah.
It's me and Matt Dillon and Naomi Watts kind of in this really fucked up love triangle. And then there's another film called The Hello Herman that I did in LA between season 2 and season 3. That's about a bullying in school, which goes horribly wrong, and this kid needs to tell his story. He sort of does it on my behalf, thinking I would be proud of him, which is but we meet and I sort of talk him through death row. It's a very heartfelt story. And there's a video game coming out.
Really?
Yeah, there's a Daryl Dixon video game.
Oh, that's cool.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. And okay, so about like your charity, you always involved with charity, right? You had like your Georgia photographs like last year, the auction, and there was like really a have lunch with Norman Reedus in New York City, an auction for that.
Oh yeah, I did that actually.
And then you had lunch with a fan, and then you donated the money.
I had lunch. I forgot about that. Yeah, I had lunch with this very sweet lady, and we ate at Balthazar in Soho, New York, and it was funny because I was listening to Howard Stern that morning, and John Cusack was on Howard Stern, so, and I was talking to this lady, and then John Cusack sat right behind her, so on her shoulder was John Cusack, and I was like thinking about the Howard Stern interview. And then these like European model girls came and sat on the other side. So I was talking to this lady, and she had John Cusack right here, and she had these two little talking model girls right here. And I was just like watching all three of them at the same time. Like it was very strange. But yeah, she was very sweet. But yeah, that was for Oxfam. They had they took 20 of my photographs and blew them up really big. And it was my time in Georgia, but I sent them photos of roadkill, basically like beautiful shots of dead things. But yeah, I do charities. You know, I have a website, bigbaldhead.com, and there's 3 short films that I directed and shot that are on there for downloads, and that money has always it's never gone anywhere but charities. But I usually pick a charity like if you know, there's an earthquake here or fires here or something that affects a lot of people. I'll just pick a charity and then I'll tweet this money goes there for the next 2 months or there for the next 2 months, and then it automatically goes into those charities. So
Yeah, that's very nice.
Fast changing, it just downloads here and it shoots there. So.
Yeah, but how did you start with charity? Like, what motivated you to do that?
Well, I used to live in Japan. I used to live in Japan a long time ago. I dropped out of high school and I moved to this town called Moto Okubo, which is in Chiba, the southern prefecture of Japan, because my mother had moved there. So that was very dear to my heart. So that wasn't an easy one to pick. But charities, you know, I just made these 3 short films, and I mean, the first one, I was in a car crash in Berlin, and I got my face really mangled. But I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? I can never be an actor. I kind of look like the Elephant Man for a while. And then, so I wrote this little story, and then I sent it to a friend of mine who was in LA, who was a producer, and I snuck out of the hospital and went to Japan with this, went to LA with this big patch on my face. And then I sort of directed this thing like this, you know, with the big purple face. And, you know, and I did that one, and then I started an art gallery / artist workspace in New York called Collective Hardware with a friend of mine. So we just happened to have like all the resources to make short films. We had a special effect, we could build monsters. We had lighting crews, we had camera crews, we had all, you know, every single department in this building of artists where I could go, you, let's go make a film. And we could just get it done like that. So we did another one called The Rub with some friends of mine from there. And, you know, instead of like dividing the money, you know, whatever, we would let's just do this and give them to charity. So it's like, I mean, short films, you don't really make money with them anyway. They're just sort of a stepping stone to get to do bigger films or, you know, or something like that. So, you know, it was just always a plan. Just, you know, let's if people like the film, and a lot of people like those films, just to donate the money to charity. And it's just a good thing to do. And you know, I have a very blessed life already, and you know, I'm not going to nickel and dime people for little bits of money. I'd rather just, you know, enjoy the artwork and you know, help people out. It just seems to make sense.
Yeah, that's good. And do you think like maybe someday gonna be like a have lunch with Norman Reedus in Brazil?
Oh, I would love that. That would be great.
We would love that too. You should come.
I've never been to Brazil. I've always wanted to go. So I would love to come there.
Yeah, and then we from the side, we can take you out for lunch.
Yes. I would love it. Yeah. Go to the beach or something.
Yes, that's good. And okay, last thing. Do you like to send a message for your Brazilian fans, and maybe you have actual plans to come for Brazil soon, and anything?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to come to Brazil. I get a lot of letters from Brazil, and everybody's so sweet, you know.
Yeah, we love you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love you back.
Thank you.
And I would love to come there and visit for sure. I don't have any plans now to go there, but my first chance I get, I'll definitely go there.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Norman. Like really,
Yeah,
for doing
uh,
this.
you're
For
so sweet. Thank you.
thank you.